Good morning.
Good morning, Maria.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tatiana.
Good morning.
All right. Okay, ladies. So, how was the vacation?
Mine was great.
Good. Okay.
How was yours?
Well, that's fine. Let's see. Okay, girls. So, you have a little update on the syllabus, and if you see, it's okay. I think I put your next quiz onto the 12th. Okay. So, and the chapters are already announced. It's going to be 18, 19, and 20. Clear? Okay. So what we start on from today is going to be okay on your quiz. So there should be no questions about what chapters and what date. Okay. So chapter 18. Hemodynamics. Now when we say hemo, we should probably already okay. That would be okay related to blood. Now, in some of the previous chapters, we have come across the term dynamic. Okay, and what Armenia said was that okay, that means okay, most likely it was okay a reference to something that is going to be okay, constantly changing. Is that clear? Yeah. Okay. So what we mainly mean by okay, hemodynamics is going to mean is okay, we can say referring to first of all, it's okay, the flow of blood. Other thing would be as okay. Then we also say as okay, referring to how fast does the blood flow. And this how fast, that's what we as okay. Later on, we'll refer to as, speed. And or more correctly will be called velocity. So this whole chapter here is mainly as okay about as okay, studying about as okay, different factors that may as okay determine as okay the flow of blood. Okay. Is that clear? Which means it would mean yes, okay, how does it flow? And okay, how fast or slow is it that that blood flow is going to be? And okay, as what would be as okay, the factors that determine that, that's going to mean it's okay, be our relationship, our study of hemodynamics. Okay, girls?
Yes.
Okay. Now, some of you will say, so has this chapter actually has okay anything to do with ultrasound physics? No, not really. Then why study it in ultrasound physics? Mainly because, okay, goes the next two chapters, where we can say, okay, chapter 20 is mainly as okay, just going to be as okay, how do we find, polish, or we can say, okay, tune what we studied in chapter 19, which is going to be Doppler. Okay. And what Doppler is going to be goes is, well, okay, you don't necessarily need an image for a Doppler because Doppler is all going to be as okay, we can say it's okay, the study of the velocity of blood. Which mainly will just okay be a study of this okay. Always okay with help of ultrasound equipments to study is okay how fast or slow the blood flows. Is that clear? Okay, so pretty much because okay, our next chapters is going to be about Doppler. That's why it's okay to understand these. It's okay, we will actually it's okay have to study off okay, how is it that the blood flows. Okay, is that clear? So as okay, this hemodynamics here is going to be as okay. We can say it's okay, a little repeat of just okay your cardiovascular system. Right, but mainly as okay, more emphasis of okay things such as flow and speed. Why is this going to be important? Because it's okay, that's mainly it's okay what we'll be looking for when we do Dopplers. Okay, and based on those findings that we find on a Doppler exam, we will be able to say, okay, does the blood flow fast? Does it run slow? How is the flow? Is it a reduced flow? Is it an increased flow? And based on that, yes, okay, that will help us to get to a diagnosis. Is that clear? Okay, so if you don't understand, it's okay, hemodynamics, which that's okay, is going to be as okay, difficult to understand. Doppler, not just okay, just that, but it's okay, how to, yes, okay, implement, yes, okay, this information to get a diagnosis. Okay, girls. So that's the main reason that, okay, as I take these three chapters here together and put that into, yes, okay, one quiz. Any questions so far? Okay, so hemodynamics means yes, okay, this is going to be yes, okay, the study of the flow of blood. Yep. Any questions so far? Any questions?
No.
Good. Now, the first thing that we will be talking about is going to be yes, okay, flow. Clear? Okay, now please keep in mind that okay, as flow is also going to be known as or referred to as volume flow rate. Okay. Now, why volume? Why would they use the word volume here? Does anybody have any idea? Or anybody just wants just okay, give a solid, also okay, I guess. Yes, ladies.
Because it's a liquid?
Because it's a liquid. Exactly. So we can mean that's okay. Movement of things which are measured in volumes, which is, sorry, liquids and gases. When they move, they flow. Clear? Whereas if you talk about as okay, the movement or dynamics of a solid, there is going to be motion. Is that clear? So a ball that is being kicked is not going to flow. That is going to just okay be in motion. It's only when we talk about the movement or motion of things which are solids, not solid liquids, and gases that we refer to as a flow. Because you say it's okay, the water flows. Is that clear? Okay. And we know that okay, solids, not sorry, liquids and gases are being measured in terms of volumes. Whereas the rate, oh yes, okay, here the rate is mean is okay, going to is okay, be per time. So flow rate or volume flow rate. Clear? And that mainly is okay, will mainly is okay, all be about is okay. How much? Now here we can say is okay, our thing is liquid, which is blood, is flowing in a unit of time. Okay, and that mainly is okay, the term is okay, it will all be about is okay, how much blood. Now the motion of that blood is going to is okay, we flow, but that flow is going to be measured in a unit of time. So that as a whole is very referred to as a flow or volume flow rate. Did that make sense? Now, an example of that will be, or we can say, okay, an example of your flow or volume flow rate is your cardiac output. Now, does anybody remember what the cardiac output was? Yes. Now, be the how much, so we can say, okay, the amount, or if you don't want to say amount, you can say, okay, the volume. Of blood. Yes, okay. Flow or here is okay. Pumped. And we can say, okay, by the heart. In 1 minute. That was what we call a cardiac output. Clear? Which is going to be a certain example of yes, okay, the flow. Because it's going to yes, okay, all be yes, okay, how much blood is that flows or is being pumped by the heart in a unit of time, which here was a minute. We said that okay, yes, that amount is okay in a normal adult human being with a normal pumping heart was anything between 5 to 6 liters. That was the amount, but that was going to just okay, we can say it's okay in 1 minute. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But yes, okay, the cardiac output is still going to be yes, okay. What is it that this here is? So it's all about yes, okay, how much blood is being pumped by the heart in a minute. So that will be a factor that's going to yes, okay, determine the flow of the blood. Did you guys get that?
Yep.
Okay. Any questions? Any question, ladies? Now velocity. Now velocity mean is going to be, we can say, okay, how fast? If you want to say how fast, then you can also say, okay, how slow? But we can say, okay, a low velocity, for instance, that would be as okay, slow, or vice versa. The high velocity will be fast. An object is moving. Or in this case, as we can say, flowing. Because velocity is not going to be as okay specific for only solids or specific only for liquids or gases. It's the same. Okay. So velocity is okay, will apply for either as okay, movement or flow. But mainly as okay, it's going to be as okay, determine how fast or how slow is it that that object is moving. But ladies, this is also as okay, what we as okay in normal terms will call speed. So speed as well is okay, that's going to be as okay, we can say as okay, how fast. Or you want to say as okay, slow. An object is, you can say it's okay, either moving, or as okay, if it was a liquid or gas, flowing. That would be the speed. So if both of these two things here were the same, basically, then why have two different words for it? Well, okay, they are only 90% the same. Okay, because what we mainly can say is that velocity actually is going to be as okay equal to speed plus direction. Is that clear? So a speed with a certain direction, that is actually what we call the velocity. Okay. And what you will see, ladies, is okay when we go to chapter 19, that okay, yes, that Doppler actually is going to be as okay a recording of the velocity of blood, which is not only going to be as okay measuring, because it's okay how fast is it that the blood is flowing, but it's also as okay say, well, okay, in what direction is the blood flowing, like this, or is the blood flowing like this? So although it's okay, one of the major things that we actually measures in doing a Doppler is okay, how fast is it that the blood is flowing, or how slow, or sluggish speed, for instance, is it that the blood flows at. But or Doppler readings is also as okay going to be determined about the direction. Is that clear? Now, if you take an example of yes, speed and velocity, we could say as 60 miles per hour, for instance. That would also have been your speed. They would say as I'm driving and that's 60 miles per hour. But when we add a direction into that and say 60 miles per hour west, that west here is makes it as velocity. Had we not taken the direction into consideration, you can say speed and velocity would have been the same. But velocity actually is that we say as this is how fast or slow we are moving, 60 miles per hour. But we also is giving it a direction. I say we're moving 60 miles an hour westward. So that becomes a velocity. Is that clear? Okay. And as far as the units for both speed and velocity are concerned, they are the same. Okay, so your unit of speed or velocity is mainly as just going to be as we can say any unit of distance by any unit of time. Okay, those that'll be as your standard makeup of a unit for as either velocity or speed. Clear? The direction and velocity is mainly as that's going to be as and that's you guess as an accessory factor. But we mainly tell you that we are traveling at a speed of 60 miles per hour towards west, or north, or east, or whatever. Is that clear? Is that clear? Ladies, did your local cars go on a strike during the vacation or what? You know what I'm content to do, right? Okay. So speed actually is it shouldn't be something new. We already talked about it as as a factor, which was your propagation speed of sound. Right? But where you can say it's the speed may be the same, but then as the velocities will be different. because, okay, we have a transducer. We have a tissue here, let's say, as okay, this tissue has any speed. Let's say it's okay, 500 meters per second. That's the propagation speed. Right? So whenever it's okay, sound travels through this tissue here, whether it is in this direction, and or whether it is in this direction. This will be the speed. But man, my question is, what about the velocity? Is that the same? Or is that different? You can say it's okay, this one here was okay. You can say it's okay, your transmission. This is your reflection. So is the velocity going to be the same or is it going to be different?
Different
Different. Why would it be different, my dear?
because it's moving in a different direction,
Exactly.
going forward, and
Okay,
the other one is
okay,
coming back.
exactly. Okay. Just for an example, it says, okay, this is left, this is right. So during transmission, yes, okay, it moved at a speed of 500 meters per second from left to right. Well, okay, during reflection, it moved at the same speed, but just from right to left. So due to, yes, okay, different direction, the velocity is different. Although, yes, okay, the speed still was the same. Okay, girls?
Yeah.
So now that was your flow, and that was your velocity, which means okay, just was speed plus direction. And as I said, yes, okay, goes when we go to chapter 18, no, 19, sorry. It's not only going to be the speed that we will get, how fast or slow is it that the blood is flowing, but it's also going to be, it's okay, relating to our directions. Okay. Now, ladies, all dependent upon, yes, okay, our for, yes, okay, part of the cardiovascular system. Okay. All like, okay, dependent upon, yes, okay, the different parts of our cardiovascular system. We actually, it's okay, have three basic form of flows. Okay. Now, although later on we may, as okay, come across two other forms of flows as well. But basically, it's okay, we have three basic form of blood flows. One is going to be, okay, let me just raise a little bit of this here. one type of flow is going to be pulsatile. Ah, okay. Okay. The other kind of flow is going to be a what we'll call phasic. And the last kind of flow is going to be steady. Now, ladies, if you look at the word pulsatile, what would that tell you? That that's actually going to be flow in terms or in form of pulses. Where the word pulse should be as a clue to where you find this kind of flow here. So where is it that you find a pulse?
In an artery,
Pardon me?
in an artery,
In arteries, exactly. Because, what was it that we said that an artery has? It has a pulse. Okay, and we actually just, feel that pulse as a result of the pulsatile flow. So pulsatile flow is seen in arteries. Clear? Okay. Now, if we judge as say that, for instance, if we say that this here was a blood vessel, clear? If this was a blood vessel, that should be more accurate as this is an artery. Now, what actually is going to just cause us to just feel the pulse is because this artery here actually is expands. And that's how it's we feel pulse, 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 pulse. Clear? Now the question that comes is what causes this artery here to expand? And also it's feeling the pulse. That is meaning it's going to be during systole of the heart. Where we can mean it says in between the pulse that means it's going to happen or be as during diastole of the heart. Where we mainly says now what happened during systole? That's when the heart is pumping blood into the blood vessel, which means it'll cause it to expand as a result of that. What do you want to call it? Blood being pumped into the vessel. Clear? Where, okay, yes. During diastole, what actually is, okay, that's when the heart expands, or the chamber of the heart expands, mainly because that is going to be the one that will fill up with blood just to be pumped again during the next systolic phase of the cardiac cycle of that chamber. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, ladies, as far as the speed is concerned in the blood, or we can say, okay, the speed of the blood is concerned, flowing through the vessel, we will have, okay, it's a greater velocity during systole. And we actually, it's okay, have a lower velocity during diastole.
I have a question.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have the high velocity because during systole, the heart, not the heart, the arteries are expanding.
No,
No?
that's mainly because that's where you can mainly say it's okay, where the heart will be pushing onto the blood into the arteries.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Clear? Whereas during diastole, okay, during diastole, that's actually is okay, where the blood is okay, or the speed of blood in the heart is going to be lower. Yeah. So what we actually is okay, we'll see. Well, that's something we talk about in chapter 20. But it's okay, actually, it's okay, during diastole, you will see is okay, what we'll call backflow and slide. Because we can look at the blood during systole is okay, may flow like this. Because we can say it's okay, in this case, it's okay, this is where we had the heart that is pumping blood. But during each phase of diastole, what actually is okay may happen as well is what we will call as okay, backflow. But as far as the speeds are concerned, how fast or slow the blood flows in the arteries is going to be as okay, greater during systole. And it's going to be as okay, lower during diastole. So what is greatest speed here will be referred to as that it accelerates. Whereas, okay, yes, there's decrease in the speed. Here we refer to as that it decelerates. Is that clear?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Just think of it that if you are driving down a street or a highway or whatever, now if you're driving at a constant speed, 60 miles per hour, we can say, okay, that's constant. In that case, it's okay that we're not had been as okay pulsing. Clear? Okay. But what acceleration and deceleration actually means here, okay, as you go and then you slow down, you go, then you slow down, you go, then you slow down. So you may go from, okay, as 60 miles, all of a sudden, yes, okay, you slow down to 50 miles. Then you go back to 60 miles, then you slow back to 50 miles, like that. Okay. How do you do that? You either just, okay, take your foot off the gas, or you may apply your brakes. Okay. So as change in speed, where the speed may increase, is going to be as okay what you call acceleration. Where okay, the change in speed where your speed actually decreases will be deceleration. Did that make sense? So as far as the blood flow is concerned, yes, okay, it will accelerate during systole and decelerate during diastole. Okay. So what actually is okay causes or what means is okay going to, we can say it's okay the controlling factor of your pulsatile flow. The flow, which means as okay, we said okay, produces what will be as okay a pulse, which means as okay, see in arteries. Well, ladies, that is going to be as okay controlled by the heart. Or because there's a heart contraction, which we call systole. And okay, yes, the heart's relaxation, which we call diastole. But that will determine your pulsatile flow. But we call it pulsatile mainly because okay, it's a flow in pulses. Okay. That is experienced in pulses, which we can actually also feel as a pulse. So the main, yes, okay, controlling factor of your pulsatile flow is going to be, yes, okay, as a result of your cardiac cycle. Now we said that the contraction or the contractile phase of the cardiac cycle, we call that systole. We also said, okay, that's where the heart pumps the blood. And electrically, it's okay, we call that depolarization. Whereas the other phase of your cardiac cycle, or where we mean says, okay, that the chamber of the heart relaxes. We call that diastole. Some people may not say relax, but they just say, okay, that the chamber dilates. And then you get, okay, when the chamber dilates, that's going to be diastole. So that's going to be, okay, your DD. America runs on it. But what happened during its, okay, dilatation or relaxation of the chamber, or during diastole, because, okay, that's when the heart fills up with blood. And electrically speaking, yes, okay, that's going to be, yes, okay, where the myocardium is in stage of polarization. Where here is, okay, the polarization means that, okay, your myocardium was negatively charged. And depolarization will mean that your myocardium is positively charged. So you can look at it and say, well, okay, pulsatile flow, mainly because that's going to be the kind of flow that is, okay, produces pulses. Where do we see pulses? Yes, okay, we see those in arteries. Clear? But what are the controlling factor that causes, okay, this flow to be in pulses? Which may be, okay, expansion of the blood vessel. Intervened by, as, okay, phases where, okay, the vessel or blood vessel doesn't collapse, but actually, it's, okay, it's not expanding. That's going to be, as, okay, due to, as, okay, the two phases of your cardiac cycle, which is contraction and relaxation, contraction and relaxation. Where I said back then when we did our cardiovascular system, that during diastole, the chambers mainly as, okay, just fill up with blood. To be followed by as, okay, a systole, where most of that blood is going to as, okay, be pumped from the chamber into the blood vessel. Now what we then know is, or what we now can see is that, okay, as that happens, okay, as the blood vessel is going to expand, primarily as, okay, due to an increased pressure of the blood from the heart entering into the blood vessel. But that is also as, okay, going to as, okay, be, because what happens when the chamber contracts is pushes onto the blood. So it means as, okay, it's going to as, okay, increase the speed at which the blood flows from the heart into the chamber. Or from the heart, sorry, into the blood vessel. So at each phases, yes, okay, there's going to be like a greater speed when the heart contracts, greater speed of the blood flow in the heart vessel, in the blood vessel, and a lesser speed when the heart relaxes. But you may, yes, okay, just end up seeing that on your scannings as a slight flashing when you scan. Okay. So that will be, yes, okay. You can say, yes, okay, a little cheat that will indicate that, okay, yes, you have a pulsatile flow. And where do we have a pulsatile flow then? Where do we have a pulsatile flow? Yes, goes.
In the
Where-
arteries?
In the arteries, exactly. Good job, my dear. Now, why do we call it pulsatile? Because arteries mainly goes like this. Expand, not collapses, but okay, yes. Okay. So between, yes, okay, two expansion is there a phase where the blood vessel is not expanded. So that's what we call a pulse. Any questions? Okay. And that is controlled by the beating heart. That's why it's okay when we did, yes, okay, when we talked, yes, okay, CPR. If you guys remember that. We said, well, okay, yes, if you don't feel a pulse, that most likely is an indicator that there is no heartbeat. Did that make sense? And where is it that you will feel a pulse at? When you place your fingers on an artery. So that pulse in your arteries actually is okay, comes from a beating heart. Or we can say is okay, the pulsatile flow, which is seen in arteries, is as a result of the beating heart. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Okay, we can just okay. And the other flow was going to be as okay, where we can see as okay, phasic flow. Of basic flow. Now, girls, please keep in mind, yes, okay, this flow here may also be known as spontaneous. So your phasic or phasic flow, sorry, can also be known as the spontaneous flow. Is that clear? Now from the colors here, yes, okay, you girls should be able to, yes, okay, tell me where that is formed. So it means, yes, okay, see phasic flow in the veins. Phasic flow or spontaneous flow is going to be, yes, okay, seen in the veins. Okay. Now, ladies, we're going to just, okay, talk more about, yes, okay, this phasic flow or spontaneous flow. And okay, as a last topic of the chapter here. Okay. But what we made is okay, we'll see is okay that okay, this flow here, which okay as may increase and decrease. Just like yes, okay, the flow in the arteries increase and decrease. Okay, in the pulsatile flow. But this says okay, in the pulsatile flow, yes, okay, that was controlled by the beating heart. Whereas okay, you can say it's okay, phasic flow or spontaneous flow, which is formed in the veins, which okay, as may increase or may decrease. But that increase and decrease in the flow in the veins is not going to be as okay as a result of the beating heart. It's not going to be controlled by the heart. Okay, but rather by respiration. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when we go to respiration, yes, okay, what is it that we have? We again, yes, okay, had two phases, right? We had inspiration, or what we also could call is okay, inhalation. Okay. We had okay as expiration, which could also be referred to as exhalation. Okay. So these here, these phases here are going to as okay be as okay, or we can say as okay the determining factors are whether it's okay we have an increased phasic flow or decreased phasic flow. Where? In the veins. Okay, goals. Or we will take as okay the juicy details of this up here as okay as the last topic in this chapter when we get to that point. Any questions so far?
No.
Yes, okay, when does it increase and where? When does it decrease? and when and where. That will be just okay, something that we talk about in the end of the chapter. So for now, just remember goals, phasic flow, also known as a spontaneous flow, is going to be as okay mainly seen in the veins. Clear? Okay. And okay, as this flow here is not going to just okay be controlled by the beating heart, but it's also going to be as okay your respiration. The phases of your respiration that will control that. The respiration we have inhalation and exhalation. Did you ladies get that? Did you ladies get that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Goody, goody, goody. Then we go to steady. Steady flow. And if you look at the word steady, constant. Now, since it is going to be as okay, steady or constant, that will mainly mean that there will be no increase or decrease in velocities. Or we can say it's okay, changing speeds. Clear? Now goals. This kind of flow here is mostly seen as okay in veins. Now, if you see as okay as steady flow in veins, that is mainly because as a result of, is this okay? We can say it's okay. Now we can put sleep. We're going to sleep. Apnea. Or that's okay if you don't want to go sleep apnea, you can say it's okay, even it's okay during apnea. That's when we may see as okay a steady flow in the veins. Clear. Whereas normally as okay in the veins, what we were seeing was fasting. That was as okay the normal flow in the veins. It was controlled by breathing, but the patient is not breathing. As a result of apnea, or yes, okay, we can say it's okay, sleep apnea. But there still is okay as flow in the vein, that's going to be as okay be an example of a steady flow. And apnea generally and sleeping apnea is okay. As a whole is okay, is not normal. So steady flow, since it's not normal, is going to be as okay. That's okay. That's okay. As a result of pathology. The pathology here is okay, as that the patient is not breathing. Did that make sense?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah.
Like, how do you, I don't know how to word, how do you test for like this since the person has sleep apnea? Like,
Those are sleep studies, my dear.
okay,
Okay. But right now we mainly is okay, just talking about okay the type of flow. Okay. Which is going to be as okay steady. When you say steady, that will mean no increase, no decrease. Is that clear? Now,
Yeah.
normally speaking, my idea is okay, your blood flow in the veins will increase and decrease, which was okay as controlled by your breathing. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, okay, if that breathing is taken out, then that flow will become okay as a steady flow in the veins. Okay. Now we may also, yes, okay, see a steady flow in arteries. Yes, okay, although yes, okay, your book doesn't mention it. So where is it that we will see yes, okay, a steady flow in arteries? Is going to be as okay, what we can say is okay, post stenotic, which mainly mean after a stenosis. Where the stenosis here means is okay, just means narrowing in the vessel. Practically, yes, okay, the word stenosis means it's okay, just mean narrowing. But it's okay, since we are talking about it's okay, the arteries, we can say it's okay, that will be it's okay, a narrowing in the vessel. So right after that narrowing, if we say, okay, we have an artery, we say, okay, we have that the blood is flowing in this direction. And in this artery here is okay, we have a stenosis. Right after that stenosis, the kind of flow that we will find in the artery will be steady flow. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. But okay, ladies, yes, okay, we will have okay the detailed account about stenosis at a later instance in this chapter here. But what you guys will see is okay, after stenosis, That's okay. That's where we as okay may have okay as a steady flow. After stenosis, that's okay. Technically, what we call as okay post stenosis, which in this case is going to be as okay anywhere here, because in our case, is okay the blood was flowing in this direction. Whereas okay, if the blood was flowing in the opposite direction, and this area here would have been post-stenotic because it comes after the stenosis. Clear? Then okay, that's just how fast. Oh, that's okay, just how fast. That was the speed. But then you can say, okay, the direction also plays a role. Because that will determine, yes, okay, which area is pre-stenotic, which area is post-stenotic. Which area was pre-stenotic, which area was post-stenotic. In relation to, yes, okay, to your stenosis. Did that make sense?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Now goes usually when we say arteries, this narrowing of the arteries stenosis is due to what?
Is it like plaque buildup?
Huh?
Like plaque buildup, maybe?
Okay, what do you call that plaque buildup?
I can't remember.
Okay. Is there anybody who can remember what we call that plaque buildup?
Atherosclerosis.
Arteriosclerosis. So where is it that we usually will have arteriosclerosis? In the arteries. And that is going to, yes, okay, lead to the stenosis. Now, ladies, can we have narrowing of the veins? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, good. And that is due to what? Yes, girls. Is there anybody that can tell me, yes, okay, why is it a vein more narrow? Or what are the common reasons? Yes.
Is it like the backflow, like when it's coming back to the heart? No. I don't know. Sorry.
Anybody? Thrombus. What was a thrombus? A blood clot. Okay. Okay, girls. Now just take should we say it's okay? Take a short 20 minutes break and read through, it's okay, these 2 pages here. Okay. And when we come back, it's okay, we may talk about, it's okay, laminar versus turbulent flow. I see you at 10:50.
Okay.
Okay, girls, welcome back. Now, does anybody have any questions? At this moment, any questions?
No.
So the committee says, okay, based on the blood vessels or type of flow, we have pulsatile, we have phasic flow, we have steady flow. Steady flow, ladies, is most likely going to be as okay as a result of pathology. Pulsatile is normal flow in arteries, phasic flow is normal flow in veins. Now we mainly also have 2 other kind of flows, which is going to be laminar versus turbulent. Now, ladies, please, we can say it's okay that laminar as far as okay these 2 here are concerned. Laminar is normal. So which will not be as okay due to pathology, whereas a turbulent flow is mainly as okay going to be abnormal. And when we say abnormal, yes, okay, that most likely is okay, we indicate pathology. Is that clear?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Whereas, okay, now when we say laminar, yes, okay, we can say it's okay, the AR is our favorite, yes, okay, pertaining to laminar, which mainly will mean is okay in lines or lanes. Whereas turbulent, somebody asks you, okay, how is it going on nowadays? And you say, well, okay, yes, it's turbulent. It's going to mean something like this. Or you can say it's okay if you are driving down a bumpy road, you will not have a smooth flow. Your flow is going to be turbulent. Oh, yes, okay, if you remember the last time you were out of line. And everything is going smooth. But then you hear a little ting ting, and okay, yes, you're notified that you may have to tie your seat belts because they are expecting to just, okay, experience some turbulence ahead. Now, what would that mean? That the flight that was going like this may start going like this. Probably not that violent, but okay, yes, it's going to be, it's okay. A little bit is okay of a shaky flight. That's due to turbulence. Clear? So laminar flow is okay, as I just said, is mainly as okay going to be as okay where we normally will see in blood vessels. Which means it's okay for me that okay, yes. Laminar flow mainly because okay. Okay, let me just okay, let's just go to the other side. And say it's okay if we had a blood vessel. Then the laminar flow, which is going to be normal, mainly mean that okay, yes, the blood is going to it's okay be flowing like this. And we can say it's okay, stay in their lanes. Is that clear? So that will be yes, okay. A laminar flow. Whereas, okay, if you have had, let's say it's okay, a blood vessel, where blood from here go like this. Blood from here is okay, goes like this. Blood from here is okay, goes like this. This whole thing is okay, that will be a turbulent blood flow. Okay, and actually it's okay, it's going to be as okay. Some pathologies which are going to just okay cause this. turbulence or turbulent flow. Okay. But normally speaking, in a blood vessel, artery, veins, it doesn't really matter. What we normally as will experience or will normally see is that as we have a laminar flow. Is that clear? Did you girls get that? So when we say laminar flow, we mainly as we can have two subtypes of laminar flows. When we had a laminar flow was that as if this was a blood vessel. That it flows in layers. Now the two subtypes of laminar flows can be as what we'll call a plug flow. But as if you want to as you can as mean as just smuggle the word laminar in between plug and flow. Because a plug flow is just going to be as a subtype of a laminar flow. Now, what does it mean to be as a laminar, as a plug flow? Now we say that yes, within this blood vessel here, throughout from peripheries to the center, but it's going to be as referred to as a plug flow if the speed is the same in all layers. Which mainly mean that yes, the blood flows at the same speed here, 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 here. That will actually is form what we can call as a plug flow. Is that clear? So you can make it just say it's if this was a highway and you had as a plug flow, or we can say first of all laminar, because for laminar is any car that has started its journey in this lane here will continue in this lane. Any car that starts its journey in this lane here will continue in this lane, and so on. Did that make sense? But not just that, not just that, but it's they were all driving at the same speed. They were all running at the same speed, which we could say is we're having is 20 miles per hour, for instance. All of these cars here is stayed in their lane, that made it laminar. But also is we're driving or riding at the same speed, which makes it a plug flow, which is just going to be as a subtype of a laminar flow. Did that make sense? Whereas the other type of laminar flow is going to be as okay, what we can call as okay a parabolic flow. That's okay, as I said earlier, yes, okay, if you want to, yes, okay, you can smuggle the word laminar flow in between here. Because parabolic flow is mainly, okay, just a type of laminar flow. What would it mean to be a laminar flow? That, okay, as the blood flows in the same lane, or in their own lanes. But what mainly as okay is going to be as okay the difference between a plug parabolic flow and a plug laminar flow and a parabolic laminar flow, or plug flow versus laminar parabolic flow is that in a plug flow, yes, okay, the speed of blood was the same in all lanes or all ears. Whereas in a parabolic flow, yes, okay, what we mainly will see is that the speed is lowest at the we can say it's okay. No, that's okay. Closest to the vessel wall. And okay, yes, there will be greater speed in the center of the vessel. Which mainly will mean that okay, as we go from the center vessel walls more and more and more towards the center of the blood vessel. That's actually is okay where the blood will flow at a greater and greater speed. So if you look at these lanes here, we can mainly say okay that here in this lane here and this lane here is okay, that is the lowest speed. Why? Because it's right up against the vessel wall. Is that clear? Yes, you then can say that okay, yes, this and this here is okay, will be as okay a greater speed. There, okay, yes, the central lane here is going to be as okay the greatest speed. Okay, so we don't have the same speed in all lanes. Okay, but even in that, yes, okay, in that case, that's okay. There's still going to be a pattern where okay, the slowest speed is going to be okay right next to the vessel walls. Where okay, the speed increases as we go further away from the vessel walls towards the center of the blood vessel. So that kind of laminar flow is known as a parabolic flow. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes.
Now, ladies, now although it says okay, laminar flows as okay were normal flows. mainly for me, yes, okay, that these are going to be flow patterns that we see in case of no pathology. But ideally speaking, is okay when we talk about okay the actual flow pattern of blood within a normal blood vessel. It's going to be the parabolic flow. So this is okay the actual flow pattern in a normal blood vessel. What do we mean by normal? That there's no pathology. Yeah. Well, mainly as okay will cause that okay as blood flows slower to the vessel walls, at a lower speed by the vessel walls compared to center, or closer and closer and closer to the center, is primarily as okay due to as okay the resistance that the vessel wall actually as okay applies to the flow of blood. Even as okay goes, if you go on, let's say as okay the highways. Nowadays, it's okay, you probably don't have to travel very far before you come across an area where there's construction. And what is that usually is okay place in areas that they want just okay walling because they're building up a road. They put those big concrete blocks. So you can mainly say, okay, if you are, for instance, okay, driving close to as okay those concrete blocks, which is going to be as okay at the periphery of the street, you'll be at the lowest speed. Where okay, as somebody driving in the lane next to you, mainly because he or she is away from this, okay, will have okay as a higher speed. If there's another lane, let's say it's okay, okay, he is if you're farther away from this big concrete block here, it's just going to be as okay the enable him to as okay travel at the greatest speed. Okay. But you are still, yes, okay, you can say it's okay, maintaining, yes, okay, a laminar flow. Because, okay, the person who started his journey here stays in this line. The person who, yes, okay, was in this lane here, yes, okay, stays in this lane. The person in this lane stays in this lane. It's just okay as that they travel at different speeds. And the one closest to the vessel wall, the outermost lane is going to be okay traveling slowest. Where okay, as you go from the outer lanes towards the center lanes, the speed will increase. Is that clear? Any questions?
No.
No.
Okay. Oh, yes, okay, go. What you may see is A blood vessel. Well, okay, yes. Normal laminar flow. Well, yes, okay, if you measure the velocity here. It will be a lower velocity compared to, yes, okay, if you measure the velocity here. Yes, okay, be a greater velocity or greater speed. That was in case that, and that would be, yes, okay, when we say, yes, okay, that we had a parabolic flow. Whereas, okay, if the velocities in all lanes was the same, that would we call a plug flow. But both of these were, yes, okay, just still types of, okay, yes, your laminar flow, because, yes, okay, wherever starts his journey here, stay in the lane. Starts the journey here, stay in the lane. Starts the journey here, stay in this lane. Yeah. Now, good, you may see that, okay, as your book talk about something called Reynolds number. Now, because, okay, this Reynolds number here is okay, that is means, okay, something that can be, okay, calculated. But what we actually is, okay, what this Reynolds number here is going to do, all dependent upon is, okay, whether we have a high Reynolds number or a low Reynolds number, may predict whether we have, whether the flow is laminar flow or a turbulent flow. So Reynolds number is made as, okay, we can just say as, okay, a predictor expressed as a term of a number that may predict whether the flow is laminar or turbulent. Now, what they mainly say is that, okay, yes, if your Reynolds number, if the Reynolds number is less than 1500, so if your Reynolds number is less than 1500, that may indicate that you have a predict that you may have a laminar flow. Is that clear? Well, your Reynolds number is less than 1500. That may indicate that, okay, yes, the flow is a laminar flow. Then we can always ask, okay, take up the discussion. Is it parabolic? Is it plug? Now, ladies, although I say it's okay, that's something that is calculated. Okay. Now, you're not going to be asked to calculate a Reynolds number. Okay, you're not going to be asked to calculate a Reynolds number. But if somebody is okay, just wants you, it's okay, no. the factors that plays in, okay, as calculating the Reynolds number. It's mainly as, okay, going to be as, okay, a product of three factors. Now, when we say product, that mainly means that is, okay, we multiply those three factors. One is going to be as, okay, we are going to say, okay, the average velocity. Second one is going to be as, okay, tube dimensions. Because, okay, this Reynolds number here is, okay, there is something that actually is, like, is okay, from physics of flow. And the last is going to be as, okay, density. Now for us, we can say, okay, this average velocity here is just going to be, okay, we can say, okay, the average velocity of blood. Now what will be the average? Whether we took it like this. These readings here, we say, okay, we have 5 readings. We add up those 5 readings and divide it by 5. That becomes the average. Like right here is, okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different readings. We add up those 5 readings, which are going to be the same, and divide it by 5. Here is, okay, the readings from level to level to level is going to be different. Because, okay, at the periphery of the blood vessel is, okay, we will find lower readings or lower velocities. Closer to the center, we'll find higher velocities, and, okay, as in the center, you'll find, okay, the highest velocity. But the average of those going to be, okay, if they were all flowing at the same speed, what would that speed have been then? So that's your average velocity of blood. Here is, okay, tube dimension for us. That's just going to be as, okay, the dimensions of what, okay, we don't have the tube, but we have, okay, it's the blood vessel. This dimension here. This is this. And as we say density, now for us, that's just going to be as, okay, the density of blood. Which we later on, yes, okay. We later on will refer to this density of blood here as viscosity. The thickness of blood. Yeah. But when we as, okay, multiply those 3 together, and if our product or result that we get is less than 1500, we can say, okay, our Reynolds number is less than 1500. And that means, okay, will indicate that we have a laminar flow. So the only thing you girls need to remember is a Reynolds number less than 1500 indicates what? A Reynolds flow. No, sorry, a laminar flow. Sorry. Is that clear?
Yes.
What does a laminar flow mean? That mainly is okay, just flows in their own layers. Laminar is actually it's okay pertaining to layers, but here we can say it's okay lanes. Just if you compare, yes, okay, your blood vessel to a highway. So everybody is okay, just stay in their own lane. Did that make sense? That would be a laminar flow of, let's say, it's okay, traffic on the highway. Did you girls get that?
Yes.
Good. Now we can say it's okay, there may be two ways in which people are driving on the highway. If you say that, okay, yes, everybody is abiding, yes, okay, the speed limit. Not just abiding to the speed limit, but say, well, okay, we are all going to just, okay, drive at the same speed. 40 miles per hour. That will become a plug laminar flow. Why laminar? Because you stay in your own lane. Why plug? Because you all drive at the same speed. Clear? Whereas the other kind of laminar flow is a parabolic laminar flow or a parabolic flow. Okay, but it's still laminar because, okay, everybody's still driving their own lane. Not swinging from lane to lane to lane to lane. Clear? Okay. But the difference here is that, okay, as the people who are driving at our lanes go slow, more towards the center faster, then faster, and then super fast. So that makes up, okay, as what we'll call a parabolic flow, which is still laminar. But the difference here is, okay, that the speed at which the blood is flowing, or the speed at which is, okay, the cars are driving in their lanes is different. But even as okay, in spite as okay, even though they are different, there is still just okay a normal pattern in it. Where you will see as okay that the slowest speed is going to be as okay towards the periphery of the blood vessel or close to the vessel walls. But that speed main is okay, just increases as you go from the outskirts of the walls, or it's okay, outskirts of the vessel, or close from the vessel walls towards the center of the vessel. Is that clear? Now, does anybody have any questions? Okay. So yes, okay, for your laminar flow, just remember that, okay, yes, it has a renal number less than 60. No, it's less than 60, sorry. Less than 1500. Clear? Now, when we talk of laminar flow, just okay, the actual laminar flow pattern that we have in blood vessels is parabolic. Any question, ladies?
No, not right now.
AKK. Now, the other kind of flow pattern was what we can call is okay, a turbulent flow. Now goes, just remember turbulent flow can also be known as eddy flow or vortex. Yeah. Now what I mean is, okay, said earlier. You can be riding down the highway at your own speed, smoothly. That'll be laminar. Or you can say it's okay, a smooth stream. Especially as okay when we talk about as okay flow. Now, when that flow goes from SOK being smooth to become bumpy or turbulence, what's going to happen? Swirling and swaying around. So what mainly SOK will happen in a turbulent flow is that not only, which we mean is okay, said okay, at first was okay, a laminar. If we said okay, we have a smooth, normal laminar flow. Which okay, as may become turbulent. Mainly because okay, there's going to be as okay. First of all, it's okay. Swirling around. That okay, the guy who was traveling straight like this, facing straight ahead, at a certain speed, may says okay, start twisting around like this. And although yes, okay, so that's one thing. The next thing that can also happen is that okay, he started his journey here. He may end up over here in this lane. So not only the swirling by SOK, there's going to be SOK in many different directions. That the guy from here is okay, may end up going down here, for instance. Let's say the guy from here is okay, may just go here. The guy from here is okay, may end up going all the way down here. And not just that, it's okay, in this turbulence here, there's going to be, it's okay, a chaotic speed. Or what we actually is okay, we'll see later on increase in speed. Is that clear? Now, girls, as you will realize, okay, get to know, it's okay, this turbulent flow here, it is wholly and solely as okay due to pathology. That common pathology is going to be stenosis, or as you say, it's okay, stenosis of the blood vessel. Which mean that okay, there will be, it's okay, a decrease in the vessel dimension. But what that vessel dimension decrease actually is okay, will cause okay as a great increase in the speed. And actually, girls, we don't, it's okay, you don't see the stenosis turbulence only at the stenosis. But it's also going to be as okay, dominantly seen in what we can call as okay, post stenotic, which your book actually is okay will also refer to as downstream. Because just think of it in this way, ladies. You have a stream. Let's say that, okay, as in this stream here is okay, the water flows in this direction. Now, in this case, as okay here, if this was our stream, and okay, this was an area where we had, okay, some rocks in the stream. Now, what do we have up here? This water is going to be flowing smooth. It's even going to be silent. In terms of the vessel, yes, okay, we call this area here, okay, the pre-stenotic. Because it's going to, yes, okay, be before the stenosis. As far as the direction of the flow is concerned. So your book will also, as okay, refer to this one here as upstream. Whereas girls have areas, okay, been to a stream. What do you see? That okay, as once it hits, as okay, an area with okay, as you can say, as okay, the big rocks. What's going to happen? There's going to be as okay, swirling in the developing the water, right? Okay, you might have made okay as a little toy boat or ship or whatever that you have placed in that river. Here is okay, it is flowing smoothly. But as it hits this area here is okay, and mainly as okay due to the turbulence developing, you will see that okay as this little boat here is okay, or ship, or whatever you call it, may as okay start going like this. That's due to the turbulence. Whereas, okay, this area here is going to be as okay in the blood vessel as okay. We will call that okay as post-stenotic. Or your book also refers to it as downstream. So even as okay after the stenosis, or we can say okay immediately after the stenosis. Or immediately and downstream is okay, where we still will have this turbulent flow. Is that clear?
It is, yes.
Right, okay. Now, ladies, when we take this as blood, if you, for instance, okay, follow us, okay, or listen to the blood flow here, it will be silent. Or even if you listen to the water flow, yes, okay, in this area here, it was going to be a silent flow. You don't really hear the water flowing. Or even if you hear, yes, okay, it's going to be, yes, okay, a low sound. Whereas, okay, I hear, and primarily, yes, okay, due to, yes, okay, the chaotic change in, yes, okay, multiple directions and multiple speeds, as we will see, yes, okay, as a result of, okay, yes, the turbulence. Whereas, okay, this turbulent flow here is okay, is going to produce two things. It will produce as okay, what we can call as okay, vibrations. This vibration here go will also as okay be as okay referred to as trill. Or as okay a shearing movement. Why do they call a thriller movie a thriller movie? Because it makes you shiver. Because you get scared or nervous or frightened. Another thing that it may produce, we can say it's okay, will be sound. So this area here is okay, you actually hear that, okay, you can actually hear the loud flow of the blood. Or it's okay, the water in the stream. It's not going to be as calm and quiet as it was over here. Now this sound is okay, is actually is okay going to be as okay what we will call a murmur. Now what I said earlier when we did our cardiovascular system, that a murmur is mainly as okay due to turbulence. We said, okay, we had a hard murmur. Because what mainly we call is okay, we had turbulence by the heart valves. Clear? That turbulence at the heart valves was audible in the form of a hard murmur. Which was okay, additional sounds to the normal lub dub. Yeah. Whereas the vibration or the thrill, that's okay, that's me, it's okay, just a feel of vibration. So I know most of you have, okay, as a little furry fellow called a cat. If you don't, then okay, let's go and visit some of the girls who has a cat. But when that cat is purring, what is it that you are experiencing? Two things. You can hear the purring, right? That is going to be as okay that you can feel the vibration. And you can hear it, which is that going to be as okay the murmur. So that sound of the murmur is what you hear when the cat is purring. That's what it may sound like. Whereas, okay, as the feeling is going to be as okay, that vibration. Now, you're probably not going to feel, yes, okay, the turbulence or the vibration or the thrill of the murmur of the heart valves. But you will see that on a scan. So how would you know that, okay, as that this person here is okay, may have a hard murmur? Mainly because, okay, by the heart valves or by that specific heart valve, your scan will indicate features that indicates a turbulent flow. And from there, you will be able to say, okay, there's some turbulence at this valve here, or in this area here. That means in this area here, the flow is not normal. Does that make sense? But likewise, that's okay in your blood vessels. Because, okay, there are going to be areas in the blood vessel, yes, okay, where you will, yes, okay, where you may come across, yes, okay, a turbulence. So what would that turbulence indicate? That the smooth laminar flow is being disturbed. What's going to be as okay? The common reason for that is stenosis. Is that clear? So what you will get from, yes, okay, turbulent flow in a blood vessel will indicate that, okay, yes, you have a stenosis. Any questions? If not, go and sit by a stream at different places where the flow is smooth. That will be laminar. If there is no area in that stream where, okay, as you have a turbulent flow, you can always create that. Put a big rock or a big stone and reduce the area through which, yes, okay, the water can flow. That will create a stenosis. what you will actually see is, okay, what that is going to produce is a turbulent flow, which is going to be chaotic. Just what you may see is, okay, on the highway, if it all of a sudden says, okay, from 5 lanes, that's okay, traffic on right and left is closed. 2 lanes on right, 2 lanes on left are closed. So 5 lanes just become 1 lane. What is going to happen then? Chaotic traffic, because cars from the outer lanes are going to try to just, okay, merge towards the center. So that chaos is turbulence. Or we can say, okay, the chaos produced by that is going to be as, okay, turbulence. Is that clear? Now that's going to be as, okay, another area where you may have, okay, yes, this thrill and a murmur. And that's going to be as, okay, at an AV fistula. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because how would you know that a fistula was functioning? You had a thrill. And, okay, as with help of your stethoscope, you can actually hear a murmur. Now, the last thing, ladies, is going to be as, okay, the Reynolds number or the turbulent flow. And they say that, okay, yes, if this Reynolds number here is greater than 2000, that means that you have a turbulent flow. Okay. And as I said earlier, yes, okay, you're not going to be asked to calculate your Reynolds number. Okay. That's not what you will have to, yes, okay, about. But remember, just remember this much. That, okay, yes, if your Reynolds number is greater than 2000, that is a predictor that you most likely have a turbulent flow. And what's a turbulent flow? A disruption in a normal smooth flow. What will be a smooth flow? Classes just goes on. What causes turbulence? A test has been announced. Okay. Okay, girlies. Now, Any questions?
No.
Okay. Now, just go for your lunch break, and when we come back, yes, okay, we can always see what we can do then. Okay, so I see you ladies back at 1 o'clock. Okay, ladies, welcome back. Um, any question, ladies?
No.
Now, so we can go on to, yes, okay, the next topic, which is going to be, yes, okay, energy gradient. Where the main focus is going to be, yes, okay, we can say it's okay gradient here, because we can say it's okay, we have, say it's okay, we have energy. And we have energy. Yeah, so the gradient part is mainly going to mean that, okay, yes, energy will move from a high level to low level. Energy gradient mainly is okay, mean we can say it's okay, movement or flow of energy from a high level to a low level, or from an area where there is high energy to an area where there is low energy. That is what we'll call a energy gradient. Yeah, pretty much okay, as you girls may remember from diffusion. What was diffusion? Movement of particles from a higher concentration to a low concentration, right? Did you guys recall that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the same happens to, the same is going to just, okay, happen to energy. Now, ladies, for blood flow, we can make this okay, that will make this okay be three kinds of, or three forms of energy that's going to just okay be, because it's okay associated with the blood flow. Yeah. One is going to be as okay what we'll call kinetic energy. When we talk about kinetic energy, it's okay, our emphasis is going to be it's okay on the word kinetic. Then there's going to be it's okay another kind of energy that plays a vital role in the blood flow. And that is going to it's okay be pressure energy. I hope all of you already know what pressure is going to be. Right, okay. Concentration of force or area. And then the last one, okay, we're not going to just, okay, be talking a whole lot about that one. But okay, yes, because it's okay, gravitational energy. But if you look at it, yes, okay, you will say it's okay, it's probably yes, okay, going to be related to gravity. So pretty much, okay, yes, three forms of energy are going to be as okay, because it's okay, playing a vital role in the flow of blood, which is actually as okay, going to as okay be and on a basis on okay, yes, energy gradient. Is that clear?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, good. Okay. Now, first of all, yes, okay, what is kinetic energy? Now goes if we just look at the word kinetic. Or it's more accurate than this. Where here, yes, okay, your tick is you are pertaining to. Fine. Which actually is okay, means movement or motion. Power be in terms of blood versus okay, that will be flow. Is that clear? So we can mainly say, okay, what will kinetic energy mainly be? We can say, okay, that becomes the energy that keeps an object in motion. Is that clear? Now, ladies, if you see an object here, let's just assume that, okay, as this is a ball. Right, okay. It's a ball, or it could be anything. And it is just lying there. Or we can actually say, okay, right now, it's okay, there's no motion. That mainly mean that, okay, yes, your KE is equal to 0. Now, how do we find as okay, let's say as okay, transmit, or as okay, make this object here as okay to get in motion? You may see somebody as okay coming and kicking the ball. You see that okay, as somebody kicks the ball, and now all of a sudden, yes, okay, this ball is going to be. You can say it's okay, rolling down the grass field. But what a person who talks physics see is that there's actually is okay a transfer of kinetic energy from that moving foot onto the ball. And all dependent upon yes, okay, whether somebody is okay, gave this ball here, okay, as a light kick. Or a great kick, a strong kick may actually is okay cause we can say it's okay this ball here to either is okay have a low kinetic energy as it moves, or yes okay a great kinetic energy as it moves. Mainly because okay, if it has a great kinetic energy, it's going to just okay move with a greater speed. Or if it had less kinetic energy, it was going to just okay roll with a lower speed. Did that make sense? Okay. So unless an answer yes, okay, some kinetic energy is being transferred onto yes, okay, this ball, a pen on the table, or anything, it will not move. Even yes, okay, if you pick up your phone from the table or from anywhere, okay, yes, indirectly yes, okay, you are actually yes, okay, transferring kinetic energy onto it. Is that clear? So kinetic energy mainly is okay because the word kind means movement or motion. Now mathematically, kinetic energy is going to be equal to the product of mass times velocity. Is that clear? Now, what would that mean? Let's say that, okay, as we had a mass that was heavy. If you, for instance, okay, wanted to move at a speed of, let's say, it's okay, 200 meters per second, for instance. We may have to, yes, okay, transmit or use a lot of kinetic energy. Contra to, yes, okay, if that's mass was light. And we still want to, yes, okay, move it at the same speed. Well, okay, that will just need lesser kinetic energy. Is that clear? So you can say as, okay, if you have a basketball ball versus a beach ball. And you want both of these balls, yes, okay, you can say, yes, okay, travel at the same speed. Or, okay, for you to, yes, okay, cause the basketball ball, which is going to be heavier than the beach ball, you would actually need, yes, okay, you can say, it's okay, in this case, yes, okay, kick it harder or push it harder to make it, yes, okay, travel at this fixed speed here compared to the beach ball. Which means, okay, we just need a lighter kick or a lighter push to travel at this speed here. Or you can say as okay, when we say yes, okay, greater kick or lighter kick or greater push or lighter push is mean as okay, transferring greater kinetic energy or lesser kinetic energy onto the mass to just okay, make it move with a constant speed. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So in both cases, you can say as okay, that okay, as the kinetic energy is directly as okay going to be as okay translated into or become as okay the velocity, which was it mean as okay just was the speed, but the reason that we say velocity here is okay, we also say okay velocity in a direction. Is that clear? So yes, okay, that ball, yes, okay, just lying there. And not moving, yes, okay, there was no kinetic energy. Well, okay, it had a mass, it may have a great mass. But when you, yes, okay, since there was no movement, no velocity, well, okay, you multiply that by 0, yes, okay, you get kinetic energy is 0. There's only, yes, okay, once, yes, okay, this ball here, or any object, for instance, okay, starts to move. Slower or faster, that's a different story. Okay. But that's okay, it's mainly because that's okay, kinetic energy was transferred onto it. And it will start moving. Did you ladies get that?
Yes.
Any questions?
No, not right now.
So a pen lying on the table, not moving, well, okay, no kinetic energy. You slightly touch it, that's okay, and it starts rolling. What that touch mainly just did was it transferred kinetic energy. And what we mainly will see is that, okay, yes, that mainly is okay. We call it, okay, yes, it will roll from, okay, yes, as okay, an area from low energy to, as okay, from high energy to low energy. Or in blood, we can actually say, okay, that kinetic energy is actually is okay, going to be as okay, keeping the blood moving from an area as okay, where we have high kinetic energy. That's where okay, the kinetic energy is being given to the blood. To yes, okay, and the blood is going to be moving from that area of high kinetic energy to low kinetic energy. Because means it's okay, a major source of this kinetic energy is okay to the blood is going to be as okay as a result of the heart pumping. Did you ladies get that? So you can mainly say, okay, the stronger the contraction of heart, well, okay, yes, more energy will be as okay transferred over to the blood and cause it to move at a greater speed. And then vice versa. So in the beginning of the circulation goes, that's where we will have, yes, okay, the max kinetic energy. Any questions? Any questions?
No.
No, we can say, yes, okay, pressure and energy. Now, if we look at the word pressure energy, what is that going to be? Mainly as okay, the energy that, because it's okay, exerts pressure. Now again goes as we just said earlier. Let's when this heart contracts, what does it do? It exerts pressure onto the blood. That means okay. Due to contraction of the heart, that's going to be as okay an increased pressure energy, which then is okay as the gradient going from an area of high energy to low energy, which is in the vessels. And mainly it's okay, causes the blood to flow from the heart, the blood vessel. Clear? So out of all these energies, yes, okay, it is the pressure energy that, okay, as Pinker says, okay, plays the major role in blood flow. Or we can say, okay, motion of blood.
Did you say motion?
Motion of flow of blood. Right? Because ladies, had it not been for pressure, had the heart not been contracting, well, okay, there wouldn't have been pressure. If there wouldn't have been pressure, yes, okay, then there wouldn't have been movement, or we could say flow. And had there not been flow, well, okay, there would have been no speed. Because there's only going to be, okay, speed if something is moving or flowing. If it's not flowing, then it's not going to have speed. Did that make sense? Or we can put it this way. Had there not been tests, let's be honest, how many of you girls would have been studying them? If I say, well, okay, it's automatically passed. Yes. Dr. King, would you have been studying?
Not as much.
Exactly. Forget about not that much. You wouldn't have studied at all.
No.
It was, okay, just meet up. And okay, yes, you automatically will pass.
Sounds like the life.
Right, okay. Okay. So what is it we are doing? We are putting that pressure on you, right? That, okay, listen, ladies, from time to time, yes, okay, there will be tests, right? What
Right.
did that pressure do? Well, that's the pressure that we put. That makes you study. Did that make sense?
Yes.
So had it not been for the pressure, well, okay, there wouldn't have been movement. And had there not been movement, there would not have been flow. Okay? So although, yes, flow or motion. Clear? So yes, okay, pressure is the major form of energy that plays a vital role in flow of blood. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Clear? But the energy that's going to be as okay, actually is okay that the blood will possess, that enables it to flow. It's not the pressure energy, is actually going to be because of another form of energy that we call kinetic energy. Did that make sense?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Now, ladies, and okay, Now, although yes, okay, it's something that we will talk about later on, but there's actually yes, okay, something that they call yes, okay, flow resistance, the flow resistance, it's flow pressure. Oh, it's pressure flow. Okay, that's fine. We'll talk about that in detail later on. It's okay, yes, pressure flow relation, which mainly says that okay, yes, that the pressure gradient, and just remember what the pressure gradient was, from high pressure to low pressure. That was okay as your pressure gradient, sorry, is equal to the product of what we call flow and resistance. Did that make sense? And what we actually is okay, will end up seeing is that okay, yes, this flow here, well, okay, that is going to be as okay directly proportional to the pressure gradient. And it's going to be as okay inversely proportional to resistance. Just give me a second. Which mainly will mean the greater the flow, the greater is going to be as okay the pressure gradient. By greater flow will mainly mean that okay, as we have a lesser resistance. Practically, yes, okay, a lesser resistance to the flow. And then vice versa. Where we then also can also say that okay, yes, this pressure gradient here is also going to be as okay inversely proportional to the resistance. But this relationship is okay, that's something that we take up. Yes, okay, at a later instance. Okay. But we can mainly say, okay, the major form of energy that's me, yes, okay, going to cause the blood from flowing from a low or from a high energy level to a low energy level is going to be as okay the pressure energy. Where did that pressure energy come from? From yes, okay, the chamber of the heart. that contracts and put a greater pressure on the blood in the chamber, and in that way, yes, okay, pushes it into the blood vessels with a greater kinetic energy. So it goes from lower energy, from high energy to lower energy, kinetic energy as well. Is that clear? Okay. Now, one other thing, girls, that you will need to remember is that your pressure energy falls under the category of being as okay, what we call potential energy. And again, it's okay, the word potential energy mainly is okay, or meaning is okay, lies in the potential. Everything says okay, this means okay, just our favorite is okay, pertaining to. And this is actually mean it's okay for potency. Potency, or as we can say, is okay, ability to perform work. So that's what we see here. Because okay, what was it that we meant by work? Now I'm putting you girls on an overtime. What did we mean to perform work? Or what was the physics definition of work? And don't say you never told us. Yes, ladies, anybody?
To perform a task, a physical task.
Okay. That's if you look it up in, okay, as a regular dictionary. Clueless?
Is it when energy like changes?
No, my dear. You mean change from form to form?
Yeah.
No.
Is it to do an action?
Is this work?
Well, I mean, like that's why I said a task, because if you're doing like some form of a task, so I guess that would be work.
Okay. Now
Is
go.
it
Okay,
when
so
sorry, when energy goes from like one object to another?
okay. And what happens next?
I don't know.
You don't know. So shaking a hand or just go like, okay, this is not work. This will be work. So the thing is that, okay, as when energy is transferred from an object to an object, and that object that is at the receiving end of the energy moves. Then you will see the work is done. We
Can
did
you
that in chapter, just a second, my dear. Just a second, my dear. We did that in chapter 2, I guess, or 3. And somebody at that time asked me if they, yes, okay, if I was able to just, okay, move that big rock in their backyard. And ever since I have been pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing on that big piece of rock, it hasn't moved. So that's why the work is not done yet. Right?
right?
So yes, okay, it's not just not good enough that, okay, as I push onto that rock, okay, because what I do when I push onto that rock, okay, yes, I transfer energy. But work will only be performed if, okay, that energy leads to that object being moved. Did that make sense?
Yes.
So that's okay, because it means that's okay. Any potential energy is mainly called a potential energy because they have the potential or the ability to perform work. So kinetic, so your potential, so your pressure energy comes under that category of energies, which is called potential energy. And I don't know why Joe got cracked, but yes, maybe Dr. Brown will be able to tell us what Joe got cracked.
I'm sorry.
You sorry? Okay. You don't have to be sorry if I crack a joke.
It wasn't you. It was my son.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Or you were still thinking, yes, okay, whose backyard is it that Mike still is trying to move a rock at?
Your own backyard?
Ah, hell no.
Yeah.
We got rid of those. But anyways, okay. So yes, okay. So pressure energy is an example of potential energy. What do you mean by potential energy? Any energy that has the potential or ability to perform work. Clear? Or we can also say, okay, what most potential energies are going to be. They are going to be as, okay, stored energies. Energy that is stored. Clear? This is going to be high. And okay, that energy gradient is meaning it's okay, where that high energy is transferred to areas where the energy is low. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, girlies. Let's just briefly, yes, okay, take, yes, okay, the last form of energy, which we say is, okay, will be gravitational energy. And as I say, it's okay, we're not going to just, okay, be bugging a whole lot about this one here. Okay, let me just see. So gravitational energy, and again, yes, okay, as you can see, L is the pertaining to gravity. And gravity, that's pretty much okay as what many people mistakenly calls weight. Right, okay. Although it's okay, gravity is made as okay, just a pulling force by the core of the earth. Okay, and it's because that's okay, it's pretty much okay as a result of gravitational energy or gravity that we don't fly off. Is that clear? Now, goals, I will just say, first of all, yes, okay, again, yes, okay, gravitational energy is another example of what we call potential energy, which means, okay, that will be stored. Now we can put it this way. Say that, okay, yes, we are standing here. That's somebody is okay standing. Now the reason that he or she doesn't fly off in the air is because you can say, okay, oh, full of gravity. But what this person here is okay may have is a ball. And what he or she may do is just okay, throw that ball up in the air. Now, what we mainly will say is that okay, at this level here, and the person was holding the ball, that was where it has the lowest gravity or gravitational energy. As okay, as well, okay, as when the ball gets up here. Just okay, you can say the maximum height. That is going to say okay, wherever have the greatest gravitational energy. Because that's actually it's okay going to be yes okay wherever enable it to yes okay come down. Where although yes okay pulling force here by the core of the earth is standard. That's the value of gravity. Now here we say as okay ball. So what they say in physics is it doesn't really matter whether you drop a feather from a bird. Or whether yes okay you drop an elephant. Because of the same as okay gravity, pull of gravity. Strange enough, that's okay, they will reach the ground at the same time. That's what they see in physics. Okay. So, but as I said, yes, okay, we not really, yes, okay, going to be bugging a whole lot about, yes, okay, the gravitational energy. Now, one thing that we will have to, yes, okay, look at, and that's going to, yes, okay, be playing, yes, okay, an important role, especially as, okay, when we get to the point of, okay, talking about effects of blood flow and the effects of stenosis on the blood flow, is that your total energy. Now, total energy is okay. We can say okay, total energy is okay of the blood. Now, practically, yes, okay, it's going to be as okay a sum of the three energies that we actually okay, talked about here, which was the kinetic energy, we say it's okay, the pressure energy, and the last one, okay, as well, our gravitational energy. Clear? But, and that's mainly it's okay, why? Mainly because, okay, it's going to mainly it's okay, be these two major fellows here. The pressure energy and the kinetic energy, which relationships will be important. Okay. Okay. Will be important, yes, okay, in relation to, yes, okay, different areas of energies at the blood vessel in relation to, yes, okay, upstream, stenotic, downstream. That we may as okay, just me as okay, focus on these two here. Clear? Okay. And what is it that we already know? That total energy at point A is going to be equal to, yes, okay, the total energy at point B, which is going to be equal to the total energy at point C. So at point A, yes, okay, if we add up our kinetic energy and pressure energy, the sum of those is going to be equal to the sum of, okay, as your kinetic energy and pressure energy at point B, which is going to be as okay equal to the sum of the kinetic energy and pressure energy even as okay at point C. Because their sum is going to become yes okay the total energy. Where okay as this total energy is okay because it remains constant at all points, whether that was A, B, C, or even if it went down as if for D and E and so on, so on, so on. Why is total energy always going to remain constant? That is as a law, that's mainly as okay as a rule of conservation of energy. Or I just says okay, law of conservation of energy. Is that clear?
Yes.
Right, okay. Now, what did law of conservation of energy state? Energy can't be produced nor destroyed. But yes, okay, it can change its form. So what we actually is, okay, may see that, okay, yes, at some point, yes, okay, some of this pressure energy may become kinetic energy. And this kinetic energy is okay, may eventually become pressure energy. So yes, okay, it can change its form, but it cannot be reduced and it cannot be destroyed, neither can it be produced. But as okay, here our conservation is more or less okay, mostly about, here it says okay, conservation. I mean, it's okay, refers to it's okay, not destroyed or lost. Is that clear? So girls, out of the whole, yes, okay, book here, this is the only actual chapter that talks real physics. Okay, so tomorrow, yes, okay, we will just okay, just talk a bit about yes, okay, the energy losses. Different kind of energy losses, and then we will go on to yes, okay, to our stenosis. And talk a bit about yes, okay, how that plays a role. Okay. Does that sound like a good plan?
Yes.
Yes.
Whether it's good or bad, well, okay, that's what it is.
It's a plan.
Okay, good girls. Then I see you ladies tomorrow.
Yes. I'll see you.
Okay, have a nice day and take
You
care,
too.
okay?
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You're welcome, dear.